This is Tangle Falls, and this is why they call it Tangle Mountain.
This is the 1968 snow coach, the Bombardier. Nice paint job. And this is the ice field, and way over there is the vehicles that are taking people up for the walk on the glacier.
Good around. I like Banff when you go to a little bit upside down. It's not as busy.
Well, and look, you can see where
Human basin at the end of the day.
the different provinces meet.
Right here. Yeah.
Because when we arrive into Vancouver, we'll meet in
Right.
British
So
Columbia.
you don't have to do the whole thing, but
There's Kate waiting for the buffet. She's all excited. She's starving because I didn't share my Cheetos with her. So now she's really starving, and I am not a bit hungry. So, and then there's like a restaurant thingy over here where you can get like, it's kind of cafeteria style here. And supposedly this place is buffet style. We got a lot of people waiting though. Glacier. It's our skywalk before we go to the glacier. Or the ice field, I mean. Here's the glass. Not much to see.
Now, there you go.
Thank you.
No worries.
You might as well. She's down there.
This is whole people problem. Thank you.
No worries.
All right, it's gonna be good, Jen. Where's Jimmy D?
Are you
Look at this. Bring it up the rear, right?
I want wanted to be back here where I could start breathing again.
Does that make you nervous?
This is kind of cool. I got like wire holding all these rocks here. They built a rock wall out of wire and rocks. On the way back from the skywalk, this is what it looks like. This is the Glacier mobile. It's like a great big tractor. Yeah.
You guys ready to hop on my little bus here?
Okay. Well, before we get going, I have a couple safety points. We have 2 emergency exits per side of the window. You just pull the little lever and push it out. In the middle of the bus up top, we have 2 more right there. We have an emergency exit right here. First aid kit right here, and just in case the Glacier catches on fire, an extinguisher right beneath it. You guys. All right, pedal to the metal, baby. And that's all it has. Biggest one being Saskatchewan. The second biggest is the one we're going on now, which is Athabasca. And it also feeds Snowdome, Stuckfield, Colombia, and Castleguard. Stuckfield, you guys seen on the way up here, it's just about 10 minutes on the way to Jasper. Or from here. But right now we are traveling on what's called a lateral moraine. Lateral simply means to the side, and moraine is a fancy word for pile of dirt. And this also shows us how tall this glacier used to be. So back in 1843, when this glacier was at its peak size, the glacier used to be this tall up. We would actually be on the glacier right about now. But this lateral moraine we'll have to travel down it, and it's the steepest unpaved road in North America, 36% grade. But we're going to wait for this bus ahead of us to go ahead first, and then we will proceed. We'll have a couple of mountains to show you. That's fun. But this is my favorite view on the right-hand side over the valley here.
Wow.
Just kind of shows you how big this valley really is. Kind of throws your perspective off of it. But in case you guys still think I'm crazy and don't believe we're actually on top of ice, on the left-hand side here you'll see some ice sticking out of the rocks.
There's some people far, far away.
Yeah, I see them. Yeah, whole group. Yeah.
So this here is known as the tire wash. Does anyone want to take a guess to what it's used for?
Washes your tire.
Yeah, there you go, wash your tires. So what we're doing here is we're just trying to clean our tires so we're not tracking excess dirt or rocks onto the glacier.
We are riding on the ice right now.
I've been working here since May. But I was talking about not dragging dirt onto the glacier, but you guys will notice on the, especially on the right-hand side, on top of the glacier is super dirty. That is completely normal for all glaciers to have. It is called cryogonite. It is primarily made out of CO2 particles, dust, and bacteria. Nothing to be alarmed of though. So we have this area marked off. You'll see some boundary signs. I'll ask you guys nicely to not go beyond the boundary signs, because if you guys were to fall down one of those crevasses, we would have to phone Parks Canada. And if you guys know, Parks Canada is a government organization, so it would take about 10 to 15 business days for them to come out here and rescue you. But besides that, do not go behind the buses, please, I beg you, as these buses are pretty big and we can't really see that well behind them. So just for your own safety, do not go behind the buses.
We're walking on a glacier.
You can really drink the water. He said go on the other side. the water's fresher on that side.
Is that ash? They said don't walk in the blue part, so it's all blue. Oh, sorry. We are a bunch of tourists on a glacier. No. Really pretty. Looks like, except there's no snow, or it's carbon dioxide snow.
Slightly, they'll live less. But those ones will probably last a little bit longer than that fast glacier just because they're much higher in elevation. And they have a little bit of protection. So especially Andromeda, that one's probably going to last a little bit longer.
Okay, this is Andromeda.
Yep.
What's the name of this one?
That's Double A Glacier.
Double A.
Yep.
Okay.
And that one's Andromeda.
Andromeda. Okay. There's a lot of water flowing right there. Some flowing right here. You can see the transparent blue color. Very pretty.
So, some of you guys were seeing the glaciers, but there's actually two additional glaciers here hiding. Right in front of us, actually. So the one on the left-hand side there is Double A Glacier, and the one on the right is Andromeda Glacier. Those ones there are not connected to the ice field anymore. They were at one point, but they are no longer. Well, when that pole was put in there, the very top of that pole was put in at the top of the ice. When was that? When do you guys think that pole was put in there? A year ago? Last month? Alright, it was put in there June 20th, so last month was correct. It has shrunk that far down the pole in just over a month now. And we also had some glaciologists come out here recently, and they were telling us that this glacier will be gone in less than 50 years. The previous estimates in 2015 were 2,100, so those estimates are growing smaller and smaller as the time goes on.
Okay, can you see that coming into view? This is called the Big Bend. Very dangerous part of the highway. And active rock slide area. Cross your fingers.
Beautiful area, okay.
We just did the Colombia Ice Field, but it wasn't Colombia.
Colombia Ice Field?
But it wasn't Colombia.
Right, yeah, it was.
It was Nebraska.
Yes.
Where is the water coming from?
The wall. The waterfall. The ice glaciers right there. It's not too much right now.
Right there, King.
You see more?
Yeah. We're getting there.
See it?
Okay.
Up all the way to the top.
Yeah. This is Weeping Wall.
Several teardrops.
Money, money.
Waterfall.
Money, money.
Money, money. Waterfall.
You can't see it that good, Kate. Because of the trees.
Lost Wanna go one?
Kate says this is an interesting rock formation that you don't see many like this, so it's kind of like a plateau.
But that doesn't show up in the picture.
Kind of like the Lost World at the top there. Go up at the top.
This is where I had dinner once.
Oh.
It's nice to walk in here. Their shops are neat.
So a better view of Castle Mountain as we're headed into Banff.
So the question is, does the Trans-Canada Highway close during the winter months? Yes. No, the Trans-Canada Highway remains open, fully functional. Just as busy as you see it now. Banff Avenue. Banff Avenue for 2 blocks downtown is closed off for the summer. It's a nice pedestrian area. Closed off to automobiles, that is, and it's a nice pedestrian area. And right next to it is Bear Street, which is also an excellent pedestrian street. This area is full of awesome restaurants, art galleries, shops. Alita, do you have a favorite restaurant in here? Go ahead. No.
Actually, Magpie and Stump, if you guys like Mexican food, they have the best tacos. Una is also a really good option. They have a gnocchi pomodoro, and I recommend it to everybody, and nobody believes me, and then they order it, and then they go back about 5 more times. So that's a really good option. It's more of a kind of pizza and pasta place, but it's very like fresh, fire type kind of pizza. Una? Yes. It's super, super good. It's actually just down the street from Magpie and Stump there. If you're looking for burgers, Eddie's Burger is super, super good as well. They have a little outdoor patio. What else is good here? It's Sushi House.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, on your... we just went past the town hall. And on your, coming up on your right, the wooden building, that would be the Parks Canada Museum. And we, on your right, we just went past the White Museum. The White Museum gives an excellent history of Banff and the Rocky Mountains. The National Parks Museum is full of stuffed animals.
Korean street food.
Oddly enough, that used to be the site of the town zoo. So we can only surmise where the animals came from. Directly ahead is the Parks Administration Building, which was built in the 1910s as a health hospital or a sanatorium. We are going across the Bow River Bridge, which crosses the Bow River, oddly enough. On your left and right are a couple pedestrian bridges. And if you were to go downstream, a hike, a good like easy 10-minute hike, you would come across the Bow Valley Falls. The administration building has an excellent garden called the Cascade Garden. We are about to go up Mountain Avenue, which goes along Sulphur Mountain, and if you would, we're going to go up to the Rimrock Hotel there. And if you go past the Rimrock Hotel, it would take you to the gondola.
This is the Rimrock Hotel. I stayed there.
This mountain was made famous because this is where the sulfur hot springs were discovered by the McCabe's and McCardle. And soon expropriated from them by the government, and the reason why this was turned into a national park. William Cornelius Van Horn. A stout fella, but a good dresser. I like it. Here we are, the Banff Springs Hotel.